Welcome back to the WRT. We're here in the Golden State for the Pleasanton Open. These players have traveled near and far to compete here this weekend with over 28 players from 8 different countries. This will surely be a melting pot of game style and talent. These players are going to amaze you with their super speed gets and their amazing power, so make sure you let the world know that you're watching the WRT by using the hashtag WRT and hitting us up on social media. Also, these players play best 2 out of 3 games to make a match. That's the first 2 to 15 and the tiebreaker to 11 win by 1. Each player is allotted 2 timeouts. So let's get this tournament started and see who will be crowned Pleasanton champion. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live here at the Pleasanton Open for the final match today. Are you guys excited to be here? Come on, let me hear ya. Well, before we get this tournament started, we'd like to thank our sponsors, those who have made this tournament possible. I'm going to start off by thanking Elaine and Ninja, our tournament directors there in the back. It takes a lot of work to put these events on. They've done a great job. That's right. Give it up for them. Thank you, Elaine and Ninja. Also, Club Sport Pleasanton for this beautiful venue. They've been really wonderful to us, so thank you to Club Sport. The Reaching Your Dream Foundation, who you guys have, I'm sure, heard about, right? They've been supporting the players and helping them get here to these events. And I just wanted to let you know that all of your donations go directly to helping the players. So when you make a donation, you're paying for a player's hotel room or for their flight and making it possible for them to come to events like this. So thank you. Go ahead and check out Reaching Your Dream Foundation as well at give2rydf.org. This tournament wouldn't be possible without all of our other generous contributions from our sponsors. You see their names up here on the walls. I'm going to go ahead and thank them now. Thank you to Bay Area Auto Imports and San Mateo Auto Sales, Pro-Am Sports, Tyrone Snipes, Clyde Enterprises, Next Level Racquetball, MILLH Insurance, J&D Painting, James Equity Partners, Mike Lippett Racquetball, JOD Jimmy Oliver Designer, K2CG, Remax, SJ General Building Maintenance, and John Dolinsky Racquetball. So thank you, sponsors. We couldn't do this without you. We also had a great event earlier today. We had our pro-sponsored doubles this morning, so we hope you guys all had fun with that too. I know that's something the players look forward to. I'd also like to thank our presenting sponsor, Gearbox. The WRT and Gearbox are dedicated and committed to putting on events like this and making it possible for players from around the world to follow their dreams and play professional racquetball. So thank you to everyone who made this possible. Can I get one more round of applause for all of our sponsors? For you fans watching, we thank you. Now let's get this final match started. We have a great, great match coming up. I'm going to go ahead and introduce the players, starting with the number 2 seed and number 2 ranked player here at the WRT. From Juarez, Mexico, put your hands together for Alex Cardona. Please don't hit me. And now, announcing our competitor, who Cardona will be playing against, the number 1 seed and number 1 ranked player on the WRT, also from Juarez, Mexico. Give it up for Polo Gutierrez. All right, Polo's gonna call it. All right, Cardona, you gonna start serving? Yeah? All right, good luck, guys. Here we go. Yeah.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
And we are live here at the 2015 Pleasanton Open final match between number
hear
1
me?
seed Polo Gutierrez and number 2 Alex Cardona.
Can you hear me?
I'm Laura McCormick with the WRT, and joining me today on the mic
Alex Cardona
is
serves,
David
0,
Bobby Horn, a
0.
WRT player. Thanks, Bobby.
Thanks for having me.
I think we're in for a really exciting match here today. Number 1 and number 2 seeds, they're playing for points. This could change who is the number 1 ranked player here on the WRT. So Bobby, any predictions here going into this
1
match?
serving 0.
Yeah, I think that Cardona will win this match today, just off of his drive serve alone. These courts have a little bit of funky bounce in the back corners, and Cardona likes to hit the back corners with his drive serve, and I think that'll be a difference.
Short.
After losing last week as well, I feel like he's a little amped up to try to win this match today.
Yeah, you remember last week
Skip.
we were at
Set out.
the Mount Rainier Open in Seattle,
0
where these
serving
two
1.
were actually in the finals again. And Gutierrez winning over Cardona 15-9, 15-13. So I think both of them kind of have something to prove here today.
1 serving 1. Second serve.
Ooh, nice get from Cardona.
Point.
And a point for Gutierrez. Our ref here today is Daniel Rojas,
2 serving 1.
one of our other local players here out of Stockton, California.
Second serve. Skip. 3 serving 1.
Not a good start for Cardona here. Polo looking very comfortable and relaxed.
Second serve. Point. 4 serving 1. Point.
Yeah, it seems like Gutierrez
5
kind of
serving 1.
dominating here already in game 1. A little different from what we saw from him yesterday. Cardona played really comfortably. I mean, he played Bredenbeck yesterday, the number 3 player,
Short.
and he just
Second
started
serve.
out with such control.
Yeah, and Cardona yesterday looked like he was had a little more pep in his step, and right now he looks a little sluggish at the start here. Maybe he's getting warmed up still. I mean, not warmed up, but getting into it still.
Yeah, getting into the racquetball rhythm, huh?
Set out.
Nice rally there between the two of
1
them
serving
here
5.
early in game 1 of our final match at the Pleasanton Open. As usual, we have Polo in his bright colors. He always likes to bring a little bit of style down there to the court. Cardona up at the service box, kind of taking his time as usual.
175.
See if he can gain some momentum here.
And there's that back
Point.
corner I'm talking about. They tend to stick to that side wall if you get him coming in at a nice angle.
275.
I feel like Cardona really needs to hit that serve into both corners very often to win this match today.
Yeah, we've talked before about how you can kind of lose the ball in the glass back there too, and we're playing with the official WRT ball. That's the Gearbox black ball, but it does kind of get lost a little bit in the crowd and the dark colors there.
Skip. Side out.
Fortunate error there
Five
for
serving
Cardona.
two.
That's going to be a side out. Polo looking comfortable, and that's something, yesterday, Bobby, you played Polo, and I thought that that's something that you did
Short.
well, was keeping the rhythm on your side and not letting Polo get too comfortable there.
Yeah, it's one of the most important things playing him. If you let him sit there and be comfortable, you're going to lose 95% of the time.
Side out.
And the other 5% is Polo's missing
serving
a lot.
five.
But you have to really get him moving and uncomfortable, or you have very little chance of beating the guy. He's very, very, very talented player.
Point.
Nice placement there from Cardona. That's something I've noticed.
375.
He was kind of changing up here this weekend. From what I could see, looked like he's playing a little bit smarter with his shot selection. We know he's one of the most powerful players here on the WRT, and I think he's starting to change maybe his game a little bit, and he knows he has the power, so he can go with a little bit more strategy.
Skip.
Skip ball
Skip.
call. Cardona thought it was good. Yeah, that's a good point. I think one of the other factors this week is that we played last weekend and Cardona played singles and doubles, so he might not be able to hit the ball as hard. And there's
Point.
ace serve by Polo Gutierrez. Cardona might be
6 serving
trying
3.
to play more control and precise game rather than complete power. It's been a long
Second
2
serve.
weeks for all the players.
Yeah, a long couple weeks, lots of racquetball singles, doubles, sponsored doubles played this morning. The life of a pro.
Point.
Nice shot there from Polo
7
using
serving
that
3.
sidewall.
Early on, Cardona making some mental errors, giving Polo a couple of those same setups right there. He's eliminating his mental errors. Doesn't want to give Polo easy setups like that.
Point. 8 serving 3.
Now, I
Timeout.
mentioned that these two players are kind of vying here for the #1 spot as well, so it's going to matter, who wins and what points they're going to take.
We have our first timeout.
we're back here live in game 1 of our final match between Polo Gutierrez, who you see out there in those bright orange shorts, and Alex Cardona. Cardona calling the timeout, I think looking to break Polo's mental game up a little bit.
Yeah, good timeout by Cardona. He started off really slow here in the first game. Looking a little sluggish. I think that hopefully he got it outside and maybe got a drink of water and can refocus himself here and get a little, like I said, a little more pep in his step here coming into the second half of the first game.
Skip.
All right, got both players on the floor for that one.
It's interesting. I feel like Cardona could have got that ball and kind of had to go through Polo and even tripped up
9-7-3.
Polo, knock him out, and no call. That's how it goes. Good call.
Short.
Short serve.
Second serve.
Cardona looking a little frustrated out
10-7-3.
here so far in game 1, down by 7.
Skip.
Another unforced error by Cardona.
11-3.
His first game is getting out of hand, and Cardona is losing control of this game completely.
Yeah, Polo's really dominating here in game 1.
Short. Second serve. Side out.
Big swing from Cardona in the back of the
3
court.
serving 11.
He's going to give him the side out, see if he can get some points here.
Short. Second serve.
Little flash there from Polo. Nice get.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, if you watch Polo's
4
video from
serving
about
11.
a year ago, was never too flashy, never dove too much. I mean, he dives at times, but the last couple of tournaments that I've seen him dive and do kind of some flashy stuff, and it's been really fun to watch him play.
That's right. I was talking about that a little bit yesterday, too. I was told, you know, Polo doesn't really dive, but I think that he's starting to feel the pressure as the talent here on the WRT keeps rising.
Yeah, absolutely, and a lot of the credit goes to him. He's
5,
made
7,
everybody
11.
get better because he dominated early on, and now people are pushing him to the limit, and so it has to do with him, and then everybody else wants to get better and win.
Speaking of talented players, we have Jake Bredenbeck joining us here right now. He's the number 3 rank here on the WRT. Thanks for joining us, Jake. Get you a little special, little airtime here. I know you love that.
It's my favorite. Love being able to talk and be on camera and all that. You know that. Bobby knows that.
Ooh,
Point.
big rally here.
Nice rally.
Point there for Cardona.
6 serving 11.
So Bredenbeck, any wager you want to place here, who do you think is going to take the game, the match?
I don't know. Polo's looking pretty good right now. I mean, I just got off the court, but from the few points I've seen, he looks like he's playing well. Kind of carrying that over from last weekend. I know for Alex, being up in that second game and then losing kind of bothered him, so I don't know if that'll play a factor in what he's thinking this week. But I guess we'll see. Nice get.
It's an extremely
Diving
tough
get.
shot. He's going backwards
11,
towards the back
7,
corner and
6.
somehow pinches the ball, and winner.
That's why we all hate playing polo.
Very, very annoying player to play for that reason.
Yeah.
Short. Second serve.
Gutierrez was cranking out the aces here this weekend. 4 so
Yep.
far between the quarters, semis, and now the finals.
12 serving 6. Side out. 6
So
serving
coming
12.
up, we have our next event happening in Jake's home state of Minnesota. Jake, talk to us a little bit. Are you excited for the Midwest Championships May 1st through the 3rd? How's that going to feel playing in your home state?
It's going to be nice. I like going home and playing. You know, grow up playing with people back there, and you get to go home and see them all, see the family and stuff, since I obviously don't live there right now. But, yeah, it's always fun going home and playing. Like U.S. Open, that's like going home and playing, so it should be a good time.
12 serving
And
6.
I know there's one special woman at home that would love to be at a tournament like this. Your mother.
Yeah.
I know she's a big fan, so
Yep, she's going to.
hopefully she's not in the crowd if I have to play you, because I want her on my side. She's awesome.
She can hardly watch me play half the time. Nice shot.
Wow, some big
Point.
swings there, and then a kind of soft touch from Gutierrez.
Timeout.
Yeah, he's
13
looking-
serving 6.
He's looking
Last
good
one.
right now. In control.
Surprisingly fresh after last night.
Yeah. That was a long match between you guys. I know Cardona's a little bit sick, but I don't know if that's playing a factor in him being tired, but Polo looks pretty good.
So while I have both of you here, I got Bobby Horn and Jake Bredenbeck on the mic with me here. I want to talk to you a little bit about Reaching Your Dream Foundation. Both of you have received, some of the benefits of being a Reaching Your Dream Foundation player. Can you talk a little bit about, how that's helped you? I know it helps with travel costs and hotels.
Yeah, it's awesome to have the foundation. Mike Lippett helped put it together, and it helps us a lot with the cost. Racquetball is not a huge money sport, so any costs that help get paid for helps us be able to make money. And not only that, we get to be professionals and play the sport that we love. So it's a tremendous help.
Yeah, absolutely. I can't agree more with Jake right now. It's been a huge, huge difference for me in my racquetball career and my life. It's just it's helped out a lot. I have a lot of stuff in this area now because of the foundation, and I'm able to play racquetball, and that's all I do. So it's truly amazing, and I really appreciate what they do. And those at home watching, log on to the website and support the foundation. And even if it's $1, that's better than nothing.
Yeah, there's a lot of people on the tour who wouldn't really be able to play without what they do. I mean, traveling is the biggest expense in this sport, and they help take
13
out a
serving
lot of
6.
that.
So then for those of you at home, any donations you make do go directly to benefit the players. So go to give2rydf.org or reachingyourdreamfoundation.com and make a donation today. Help keep these players playing professionally and doing what they love.
Side out.
Good shot there.
Yeah, this is a good.
6
This is a good
serving
time.
13.
Good time for Cardona to try to create some momentum coming into the second game. It's not looking like he's going to win this first game, but he can definitely build on something here and try to figure out something that might work in the second game. It's a good time to just switch up his serve, try a couple different things, just try to score a few easy points, and then just work on it in the second game if he can build that.
Yep. Yeah, I agree. Even if he doesn't win, just to get something going here is going to help a lot in what he does in the
Side
second
out.
game, and that's not going to help.
Yeah, quick
13,
side out there
76.
Yeah.
from Gutierrez.
Point.
Yeah, Polo's playing well right now.
14 serving 6. Game point.
It's hard to play either of these players when they have confidence because they both love to shoot the ball. So if they get good feeling about it, then you're on defense all the time.
Side out.
Yeah.
Nice shot from Cardona.
6 serving 14.
Let's see what Cardona can do here. 6 serving 14.
Short, 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 short.
Short serve.
Second
Gonna build
serve.
some tension as we wait for the second serve here. Now on the second serve, I know for the first serve you have 10 seconds kind of in between. Is that the same for the second? Does it
Yep.
carry over?
6 serving
10
14.
same for
seconds
both.
between every time. Nice serve there.
I like
There
that
we
a
go.
lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
smart shot. A lot of times with Cardona, when he gets
Point
down, he
7
starts
serving
shooting
14.
from places he doesn't really have a good shot from. And that was just a smart shot to keep Polo moving and get back in, get a point.
And using that corner that, Bobby, you were talking about earlier kind of helps get the ball out there in the glass in the crowd.
There he
Point.
goes. It's a good serve.
Yeah, this is where he really, like I said, if he can
8,
get a
7,
serve going, he's so
14.
dangerous. Cardona is such an interesting player because he's usually on, but if he's off, he misses a serve usually, and that's where he builds his game off of his serve. If he serves well, he wins a lot of matches, and he's very tough to beat if he's serving well.
Yeah, he gave me a free lesson yesterday. Yeah. Right. He gave me a $400 lesson.
14 serving 8. Game point.
All right, this is Gutierrez's second game point serve here in game 1 of our final match.
Side out.
Cardona
getting-
finding his rhythm here
Yeah,
at the
he's-
end of game 1.
8
He's
serving
getting a little bit
14.
more going. Still think his shot selection's got to be a little bit better, but he's starting to make a little bit more. So, like we said, hopefully he can get a little bit of momentum going. That's tough.
Side out.
With Polo, you got to keep the serve off the back wall. He
14
loves
serving 8.
being able to run up with it like that.
Third game point now for Gutierrez.
Skip. Game 1.
Can't give him
Unfortunate error there. Yeah, for Cardona, that means Polo Gutierrez is going to take game 1. I'd like to thank Jake Bredenbeck for hopping on the mic here with us in game 1. Make sure you guys check out our next event, the Midwest Championships, happening in Minnesota, Jake's home state. You can check it out on R2 Sports and our Facebook page. Thanks for joining us, Jake.
Thank you, guys.
And we're back live here at our final match of the Pleasanton Open between Polo Gutierrez and Alex Cardona. Gutierrez taking game 1, 15-8. Cardona with a bit of a slow start in game 1, but really picking it up there at the end. So it'll be interesting to see if that momentum will shift into game 2 for him. I'm Laura McCormick with the WRT, and on the mic with me is WRT player David Bobby Horn, giving us his insights here.
Should be an interesting game too. I know that last week something similar happened. Polo won the first game, and then Cardona came out firing and was up huge in the second game, and ended up actually losing the game. But only credit to Polo right there in that second game. last weekend to come back and win. So let's see if Cardona can kind of do the same thing and pull together a really good game here. He needs to get off to a good start and serve well.
Gutierrez was the Mount Rainier Open champion, so he's kind of defending a bit of a title here, trying to win the Pleasanton Open champ title. Now we've talked a little bit about the points battle that's been happening between our number 1, 2, and 3 seeds. That's Gutierrez, Cardona, and Bredenbeck. So if Gutierrez wins this match here today, he will be up 800 points over number 2 Cardona. If Cardona wins, then Cardona will be up 200 points and kind of keeps that points battle continuing on into our next event, which we've mentioned is the Midwest Championship in Minnesota, happening May 1st through the 3rd. Be interesting to
Game
see
two,
what happens
Polo
here
serves.
today then and how that changes. And it's a whole new game now in game 2.
0 serving 0.
All right, here we go. Gutierrez serving.
Short. Second serve. Skip, side out. 0 serving 0.
Here goes Cardona taking his time there, getting ready to serve. Let's see what he brings here in game 2.
Short, second serve.
Cardona has 2 aces so far in this match.
Side out.
I think we've seen that a lot
0
from
serving
Polo,
0.
that kind of hitting that spot there in that corner.
Yeah, it's one of his big strengths is that forehand down the line. It's kind of tough because he kind of delays his wrist, and sometimes it goes to the pinch, sometimes it goes down the line, so it's pretty tough
Skip.
to read. And unforced error by Cardona.
1 serving 0. Short, second serve.
Second serve for Gutierrez.
Side out.
Very good shot by Cardona, cutting that off in that wide angle front wall, sidewall around Polo.
It was a fastball. Racquetball, one of the fastest sports in the world. If you
0-1.
guys are watching at home, make sure you hit us up on Facebook with the hashtag WRT and let the world know that you're watching the racquetball right now.
Side out.
Some frustration from Cardona, one of our more composed players here at
One
the
serving
WRT.
1.
Now these two have matched up several times before. We were talking last weekend. They played each other in the finals
Short.
at the Mount Rainier Open. They played in the semis at the San Diego Open where Cardona won.
Second serve.
Now these two are friends on and off the court, and it's just so interesting to me how you can change your mentality from tournament to tournament, on and off the court.
Yeah, it's tough. You play
2-0.
so many tournaments per year. You're always having ups and downs every week of your life, trying to get better and win tournaments and win matches.
Do it again. Replay.
Replay Hinder called. Good call by Daniel Rojas.
It's our ref here for our final match.
2-0.
Polo leading now 2-0 in game 2.
Skip.
Skip ball by Polo. Great give by Cardona, laying out.
0 serving 2.
Somehow getting that ball. I thought he had no chance, and gets it right before it touches the ground in the second bounce.
Zero 2.
Nice serve from Cardona.
Point.
All right, Cardona getting a little bit of crowd
One
love
serving
here
two.
at the Club Sport Pleasanton. Both these-
Everyone pulling for a tiebreaker here.
Yeah. Both these players from Juarez, Mexico.
Point.
Nice shot there from Cardona. Let's see if he can keep this momentum going.
2 serving 2.
All tied up now in game 2.
Do it again.
Big rip there from Cardona, but looks like they're going to get a
Replay.
replay.
Yeah, Cardona again going, but shot selection a little off right now, going right back to Polo
2
in that
serving
cross
2.
court. And then has Polo behind him and still tries to go down the line and gives Polo a replay when he probably should have won that point pretty easily. So he has to really dial it in here. You don't want to let Polo stay in the game if you want to win the match here. And that's a good way to do it right there. Ace serve.
Another ace from Cardona.
3 serving
That's
2.
3 in this match.
Side out.
And Daniel Rojas called a good shot. Some people thought it skipped.
3-2. Short. Second serve. Side out.
That was a great shot.
3
Polo a
serving
little
2.
frustrated, maybe for the first time in the match here. As the score gets a little tighter, I think he's starting to feel the pressure now from Cardona. Nice get.
Replay.
I'm not sure why that would be a replay.
Yeah, I feel like Polo could hit that. Maybe just a safety hinder. He wanted the pinch, but just safety hinder. Replay's a safe call there.
Well, safety first here. Looks like they'll get a replay then. Cardona's going to reset.
Three, 2 again. Point.
Definitely starting to get inside Gutierrez's head a little bit now. We're seeing more emotion
4
from
serving
Gutierrez,
2.
where in game 1 he was really dominating. You could see he was in control, and you could see that he was comfortable. So it's nice to see Alex putting the pressure on Gutierrez right now in game 2. That's what we want in a final match, right?
Yeah, and Cardona's hitting the ball with a little more purpose right now. Putting the ball in better places, making better decisions, serving better. Great shot.
Side out.
Wasn't a terrible serve
2
either. Polo
serving
just made a
4.
really good shot there.
Court. Second serve.
Nice get from Gutierrez, keeping it alive.
Wow.
Side out.
Nice shot there from Cardona, and as he's running to the back of the court.
He had to run
4
around
serving
Polo to the back of the court and then splat rolled it while Polo's in front of you, which is very unconventional.
It's one thing that people say about Cardona is he has such a natural talent for racquetball.
There's that crack.
Point.
Another ace for Cardona. That's 4
5
here
serving
just
2.
in our final match. That puts him up at 5. He's leading here in game 2. Definitely a momentum switch here from game 1.
Side out. 2 serving 5.
And a side out for Gutierrez. Still 2 serving 5.
Point.
I think the crowd's a little
4
bit on
serving 5.
Cardona's side after that.
3
little
serving 5.
bit of expression there from the crowd. That's a point for Gutierrez.
Side
Yeah,
out.
Cardona definitely has fans here. I know that he's been to the area a couple times. He's done some clinics and demos here as well, and people love him around here. He's a real fun guy to play racquetball against. Nice guy, very soft-spoken, but amazing player, obviously. So he definitely has some people on his side and that want him to win.
It's
5
nice to
serving
see,
3.
you know, traveling around and meeting the fans and interacting with local players here and kind of bringing, you know, the sport and helping it grow here locally as well. So that's great to see.
Court. Second serve.
I think that's one thing that we pride ourselves here with the WRT is the professionalism from all the players and really helping them connect with the fans.
Side out.
Nice return there
3
from
serving
Polo,
5.
kind of making it look easy. I'm sure it's not.
Side out.
Polo getting jammed up there against the wall.
5 serving 3.
Visibly frustrated. I don't have to tell you that, but it is interesting to see this mental shift here. Cardona looking comfortable. It's like they flip-flop from game 1 to game 2.
Yeah, Polo showing some frustration trying to take out that wall. I'll tell him one thing, though, that wall will win every time.
Replay, 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 replay. Replay.
Hit the sprinkler on the ceiling, and we have a replay hinder. Cardona arguing that's a 2-bounce call, and it doesn't matter because we're just going to replay the point now.
Whatever the ref says.
Five serving 3. Side out. Three serving 5.
Wow.
Point.
Amazing serve by Polo. Crack ace. Ball just rolled off the sidewall. Didn't bounce at
4
all.
serving 5.
Perfect serve.
Yeah, he's been serving really well this weekend. That's his second ace in this match.
Oh, do it again, do it again, do it again.
We'll get a replay there.
4 serving 5. Point.
And a point for Gutierrez.
5 serving 5.
That's going to tie it up here in game 2 at 5-5, making this match even more exciting. That's what we like here in the finals. We'll be right back. And we're back here in game 2 where it's tied in the final match here, 5-5. Polo Gutierrez out there on the court, and his opponent today is Alex Cardona. Gutierrez taking the first game 15-8, and now it's tied up at 5-5. Bobby Horn is joining me on the microphone. Bobby, what are your thoughts so far here in game 2?
Game 2 is a lot closer, a lot tighter. Cardona's moving a little better, serving a little bit better. But Polo's sticking around right now, so anybody's game at this point. We'll see if Cardona can continue to serve well. I really do believe that his game is all built off that serve. If he's serving well, unstoppable. If not, then he's a little suspect to lose rallies, especially against a guy like Polo who will make weird, unorthodox shots in the middle of a rally.
Time in. 5 serving 5.
Looks like these guys are ready to keep game 2 moving along here. Got Gutierrez serving. If Cardona can win game 2, he'll send it to breaker.
Point.
Nice shot there from
6
Polo. That's
serving
going to
5.
give him a point, and he's back in the lead in game 2. Nice gets from Polo.
Point.
Nice rally here in game 2. Polo diving all over front to back and then looking pretty comfortable,
7
kind of
serving
camped
5.
out there in the middle court.
Yeah, his,
Uh,
his anticipation is really, really good right now. He's going to the spot that the ball is going before it even gets there. So before his opponent even hits it. So Cardona has to maybe
Short.
disguise his shots a little
Second
bit more,
serve.
but he's all over it.
That's tough. Nice soft
Side
touch
out.
there in the front
5
for
serving 7.
Cardona. It's going to give him the side out. Cardona with his signature little routine there up at the front as he gets ready to serve.
There's an
Point.
ace serve. Great
Another
serve.
ace for Cardona.
6
That's 5
serving
here
7.
in the match today against Polo's 2. Oh, there's that corner again,
Side
giving
out.
some trouble.
Yeah, these courts are crazy. I mean, I get to play them on
7
every day, and
serving
there's
6.
off that back corner, it cracks out and comes down the line way more than it usually does on other courts. It really sticks to those side walls or shoots straight out
Short.
rather than check up off the sidewall and come out a
Second
little
serve.
bit. They just wallpaper off of them a lot.
Smart placement there from Polo going down the line. Cardona really
8 serving
frustrated. We
6.
don't see that very often from him. He's getting a little vocal out there.
Two. Side out.
All right, well, that's going to give him a side out.
6 serving 8.
For those of you watching at home, you can still join in our Facebook contest. If you take a picture of yourself watching, post it on our Facebook page, and you'll automatically be entered to win a free Gearbox shirt. We'll make the announcement later today of who's the winner.
That's a perfect shot. Great
Side
wide
out.
angle.
I feel like we're seeing another momentum shift here as Polo's kind of finding his rhythm, even frustrating Cardona a little bit. Really moving him around the court. They're gonna wipe down the court. Things are heating up out there in game 2. Don't forget, you guys can go to youtube.com/World
8-6.
Racquetball and check out all of our
Time out.
past events. We post the
last one.
videos up there and exclusive interviews. So go ahead and check us out on youtube.com. Looks like Cardona's going to go ahead and call a timeout. Things are heating up. We'll be right back.
That hamster boy sucks.
Yeah.
He hasn't even scored a point yet.
Yeah, I don't think I have a chance with that racket.
Oh, come on, you can get that.
No, you can't.
We gotta get him a gearbox racket.
Maybe we should shave it.
I don't think it's gonna like getting shaved.
Yeah, but then it'll go faster.
Yeah.
We're back in game 2 of our final match here at the Pleasanton Open with Alex Cardona just stepping back out onto the court versus Polo Gutierrez. Gutierrez taking game 1 15-8 and in the lead right now in game 2. Seeing a bit of a momentum switch as Polo gets back into the lead. That was Cardona calling that timeout, so let's see if this break can work to his advantage and switch things around.
Time in. 8
Our
serving
ref today
6.
is Daniel Rojas, doing a great job of calling this final match. There's Cardona in his receiving line and Polo with those
Short.
shorts.
Second
We'll get a
serve.
second serve.
2.
Polo looking pretty comfortable out there with that shot. I
9-6.
think he knew it was down.
Yeah, I'd like to see Cardona cut off these serves a little bit more rather than wait for him to get the backcourt.
Nice shot. Side out.
Big rip from Cardona in the back of the court, about 38 feet. That's going to give him the side out.
6 serving 9. Point.
And a point for Cardona. Getting a
7
little bit of
serving
love
9.
there from the crowd. Now down by 2 here in game 2.
Skip.
Good serve by Cardona.
Yeah, his serving has really been much stronger, I think,
8
in
serving
game 2.
9.
Yeah, he's not trying to crush the ball as hard. He's putting the ball, placing it. He already has enough power naturally without having to try too hard. So he's just focused on his angles and keeping that ball from coming off the back wall.
Nice get from Cardona.
Voidable. Side out. 9 serving 8.
Misread by Cardona, kind of stepped in front of Polo's easy setup and results in a penalty hinder for Polo Gutierrez. Side out.
Short. Second serve.
Nice get. Another get from Polo. Wow.
Side out.
That was a great rally. Cardona had Polo diving all over the place. He kept picking up those balls. Great rally. That's going to be a big side out there for Cardona.
Eight serving 9.
Yeah, Gutierrez kind of wiping off his glasses there. It is pretty hot here in California this weekend. And that translates out onto the court as things are pretty tense out there in game 2.
Short. Second serve.
was an unusual get.
Side out. 9 serving 8.
All right, Gutierrez now up by 1 in game 2. They're just kind of creeping away here with the score. A much tighter game 2 than we saw game 1.
Yeah,
Second
much
serve.
tighter. Both players playing very high level right now.
Point.
Polo's actually moving really well in this final.
10 serving 8.
There's a couple rallies where he's just all over the place.
Yeah, left to right, up and down, getting up and off the floor.
Point.
Smart play there from Gutierrez.
11 serving 8. Hold it, hold it. Do it again.
Looks like he was looking for the replay there, and he's going to get it. Gutierrez now
11
with
serving
10,
eight.
kind of a pivotal point here in game 2.
Oh, and frames it. Good
Side out.
shot.
Good shot.
The racket broke. Cardona hit the ball on the frame, and the racket, he just broke it.
Broken racket.
It's
That's how powerful Cardona is, right?
a very rare thing to happen. But he broke it at the throat of the racket. Doesn't happen very often. I've never actually seen it. Actually, never ever seen it when hitting a ball, the racket snap right there.
And he won the side out, too. These players are playing with the official ball of the WRT. That is the Gearbox Black Ball. I'd like to thank our presenting sponsor, Gearbox, for helping us make this tournament possible. Looks like
8
these
serving
guys are
11.
ready here. Cardona's got his racket. That was a big side out for Cardona. Let's see if he can close the gap against Gutierrez.
Court. Second serve.
Second serve for Cardona. Ooh,
Side
nice
out.
shot there from Gutierrez, making Cardona dive and just out of reach.
11 serving 8. Side out.
Nice shot from Cardona. Made it look kind of easy. Like he liked that setup there from the
8-11.
back of the
Yeah, a
court.
little off-speed pinch there. It's going to be interesting here coming in at the end of this second game. I don't know how many times I've seen Cardona actually come back from being down. He usually is a player that plays ahead. But let's see if he needs to really, really focus and not overhit the serve and get it in at a very good angle.
Short. Second serve. Side out.
All right, a side out there for Gutierrez. Not going to let
11
Cardona
serving
get any points there.
Side out. Eight serving 11.
All right, still here at 8 serving 11. Let's see if Cardona can fight his way back up.
Skip. I called skip.
Well, the crowd disagreeing with that call, but that's going to be a side out then for Gutierrez.
11 serving 8. Calling a point. Avoidable.
I think we've seen a couple of those here today between Gutierrez and Cardona.
Yeah, they're all over each other. Playing really
12
tight.
serving 8.
Results in a point.
Point.
And another point then for Gutierrez.
13 serving 8. Side out. Eight 13. Short. Second serve.
All right, we'll get a second serve there for Cardona.
Replay. Eight 13. Short. Second serve.
Short serve.
Side out.
Polo again controlling every part of this
13
match right
serving
now.
8.
Cardona's had moments, but Polo's been on top of him the whole entire game and really hasn't let his foot off his throat here this whole match.
Point.
Cardona pretty frustrated out there.
14 serving 8.
Tensions are
Match
high
point.
here as it's match point for Gutierrez.
No tienes. No tienes.
Looks
14
like
8.
there's no more timeouts there for Cardona. Wow, big point there for Polo Gutierrez, and that means he is the Pleasanton Open champion. He's pretty pumped up. Don't go anywhere. We're going to have some on-court interviews in just a moment. All right, and that wraps up our finals here at the Pleasanton Open. We're going to bring the players out on the court and hear from them. I think we're going to start with Alex Cardona. Hope you guys enjoyed the Pleasanton Open here so far today. Of course, we'd like to thank all of our sponsors for making it possible and Club Sport. Give it up for Alex Cardona, our finalist here at the Pleasanton Open. Cardona, you've played an incredible weekend here. Can you tell us how you're feeling now after the match, playing against one of your friends, Polo Gutierrez?
¿Cómo te sentiste jugando con tu mejor amigo?
Pues es una presión enorme jugar contra él, ya que pues como digo yo, somos amigos fuera de la cancha, dentro de la cancha todos somos rivales, entonces pues me siento un poco triste por no me salieron los tiros que yo esperaba. Ayer con Jake creo que se me acabaron, no me salieron los tiros chiripas que dijo Polo que me salieron en Seattle. Entonces ahora no me salieron, pues no estuve más constante y pues me siento triste por haber perdido una vez más la final.
He says that they're good friends outside the court, but in the court they're only rivals. And he thinks his good shots ran out of last night. He had a lot of good shots last night and last weekend in Seattle, but he couldn't hit the good shots in this game.
Yeah, these players play an incredible amount of matches and strong serving. So congratulations, Cardona. Thank you for a great final match and keeping it competitive.
Ok, gracias y gracias a toda la gente que vino a vernos y por apoyarnos. Gracias a todos los patrocinadores, a Pablo, a Rafa. Gracias, siempre se los agradeceré. Y pues a seguirle echando ganas y entrenar más.
All right, well, we'll see you then at the Midwest Championship in Minnesota. I think you've earned your rest. Muchas gracias. Okay, now we're going to bring the Pleasanton Open champion out here, coming off a win last weekend at the Mount Rainier Open, Polo Gutierrez. Hi, Polo. Congratulations on your win. How are you feeling after that match?
Tired, and I feel very happy. So what can I say? I'm very happy for winning both tournaments. I think before going to Seattle, I didn't think I could make it, so I did it.
So this pushes you ahead up in the #1 ranking and gives you a little bit of room there. Do you feel like now you'll have a bit of a target on your back here at the WRT?
You'd like to put pressure, huh? No, I don't. I just play set by set, game by game, tournament by tournament, and what happened will happen. But I'm very happy. I'm just enjoying the moment.
Great. Well, congratulations to you. Any final thoughts?
I just want to thank everyone for being here, our sponsors, Reaching Your Dreams Foundation, Gearbox for putting this awesome event, eForce for supporting me, and all my friends. As Cardona said, we're all enemies here in the court, but outside the court, we're very, very good friends. So I'm happy to be part of the WRT.
Great. Well, we're happy to have you, of course. Thank you, Polo. Congratulations.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Dianita.
All right, Polo, full of personality. Thank you. And we'd like to also thank all of you here who have joined us at the Pleasanton Open, and those of you watching at home, thank you for supporting the WRT and making events like this possible. And with that, we'll say goodnight.